Hello there, it's Nooch, and I'm here with my predictions for Season 3. Now, Season 3 is going to be upon us on November 22nd. We got 1 week and 1 day left in Season 2, the Akbar season. All our events have been Akbar centered. We got some new units with the Chicken Walkers and the Gungans and the Super Battle Droid. The new planet. Of course, those were new but old. They were released in the beta, but they kind of saved them and released them. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what I predict, or what I really would like to see in Season 3. What the game needs, what LEGO Star Wars Battles needs to show us in Season 3. But before we do that, let's have Yoda read to us a quote from a famous figure. And this is going to be from Alexander the Great. Nothing impossible there is. To they who try will. And of course, there is no try, only do. And with those inspiring words from Yoda, he added on there to Alexander the Great. Like Alexander the Great gave the part, and then Yoda threw the last part on himself. But anyway, with those great words, let's jump in and talk about Nooch's, your Star Wars dad's predictions for Season 3 of LEGO Star Wars Battles. Okay, everybody, so here we are on the game. I'm going to talk about characters in a minute. But before we do that, let's talk about all of the gameplay updates I'd like to see. The cool thing is that we know the game is in active development, right? We just had an entire balance throughout the game. Lots of changes, nerfs, and buffs. I went all over those in a previous video. You can watch it right there if you want to. But we had a lot of balancing, so the game is being actively developed. There are some things that need to change, even from this last development. And the first thing I'm going to say is, we need some dark side rebalancing, man. Light side was already a little better than dark side. Man, with these balancing changes, light side is way better than dark side. The light side units are just crushing the dark side. When we look at light side, you know, the Tauntaun, in addition to nerfing the seismic charge where it lasts for shorter, now the Tauntaun does even more charging damage. So it's really hard to counter the Tauntaun with Boomer Balls. You throw Yoda in there. Yoda and Tauntaun really have the same counter in a lot of cases. That's the stuns, BB9 and the seismic charge. And man, there's just too many ways to do damage from the light side. You can use the Porgs, the Ewoks. There's a lot of damage coming your way from a lot of different sources. The dark side needs more damage. They need more things to attack faster. Put some speed on the destroyer droid. Or perhaps there are going to be some new units that give some new value to the dark side. I'm not really sure. But man, the light side is so much better than the dark side right now. We need some rebalancing or some new characters that give some new life to the dark side and really get us there. You can see my trophies are 800 difference. 2972 on the light side, 2173 on the dark side. I've been experimenting with some dark side stuff because my typical cycle decks are not really producing results. Now that's not a bad thing. I like the balance changes, bringing other cards into the game, but it is really hard to overcome the Tauntaun and Yoda and Leia. It's just, the light side is so OP right now. We need some balancing changes. That's the first thing I'd like to see. My guess is that's going to be farther down the road. Maybe we'll get some characters that take care of that on their own. The second thing I'd like to see, the events. So we're going to get into a season and event, and there'll be somebody in charge. I think maybe we can get Babu Frick. Maybe Babu Frick will be, we know we had C-3PO for the Season 1, we had Akbar for Season 2. Bring in Babu Frick for Season 3. He could be our guide through Season 3. We'll get a Babu Frick emoji. That would be a lot of fun. Or if you want to go dark side, I'm not even sure what you would do there. You know, give us some fun that we can have with that. I'm looking forward to that. That's no problem. But honestly, the rewards that they give us, you know, I've already gotten these missions of, you know, I've already done the missions they give us, the rewards on the right side here that they give us, and the events that we play should feature, if they're going to release new cards, they should feature those new cards. You know, we got these 4 new cards with the new update that released for Season 2. For Season 2, we got the upgrade. None of the events and none of these missions they gave us delivered those new cards. Like, they come randomly in scans, but man, give me those cards in the events in the season. Make them available. Give me an event over here where I'm playing to get a new card, where I'm trying to unlock that new card. Make it the focus. Let me borrow some of the new cards in the event. Put those new cards in my set decks. You know, get those new cards out there. Show them to us. Let us play with them. Let us have an opportunity to unlock them. Put those cards in there to the missions and the events. I think that would be a really big add to the game. That's assuming new cards, which we're getting to in a minute, like I said. A new planet. So I really believe for a while they should be adding a planet every season. Or on the alternative, they should just load up the different cards that are available on each planet. We see here like Jakku, you've got 20 different cards available on Jakku. Then you go to Endor and it's only 6, then it's just 4 from there on out. 4, 4, 4. I might have been well with 6 more, but anyway. So you got plenty of room on these planets. You know, if you want to add a planet, that's great. I think we're going to need to get more planets, you know, through the next several seasons, just because we got trophies that are outpacing the planets that we're on. But give us more cards on some of these planets that are exposed. As you add cards to the game, put them on some of these older planets. Let us unlock them earlier. Let people that are newer to the game unlock those too. So give us another planet and or load those cards on the earlier planets. But I do believe there should be more planets and higher trophy levels every season as we go for quite some time. Because, you know, the max trophy level for Scarif right now is 3,200. But we know by the leaderboard, we've got people, I'm up at 5,000 trophies. That's like 4 planets away, 4 or 5 planets. We need more planets in the game. So bring those planets and load units into the old planets as well. Weird camera stuff. This is hard to demonstrate, and I'll spend a second on it. Sometimes the camera is weird, that you're not able to, like I remember one time my bottom right tower was under attack, but my camera was pointing to the top right. It was really strange. It just kind of seemed to come with a new update. So check out that camera stuff, devs, and see if you can fix that. Or it's a little funky, but see if you can figure that out. The last thing before we get to characters, Phasma, she needs a rebalance. Now, it was going to be Phasma and Leia, but I think Leia, with the new light side going, and with the way she interacts with Tauntaun, I don't think Leia needs a buff at this point. I think Leia is good enough as is. She prevents a tremendous threat. If she's on the field and you know your opponent has Tauntaun, BB-8, and Boomaball saved, you got a real problem. Because if Leia inspires a Tauntaun and they launch Boomaballs behind it and BB-8 behind it, they can stun everything you got. They can take out a particle beam, no problem. In a couple of seconds, you'll be done with that particle. So I don't think Leia needs a buff. Phasma needs a buff. Phasma needs a buff. She's just really difficult to use, especially at higher levels as soon as people have Boomaballs. For me, I think a really cool thing would be have her staff do a short stun, or like an AoE stun. Have her staff stun units in a group in front of it for just maybe a half second or a second. A quick stun from her staff. I guess it strikes every second or so, so maybe half of the strike time, the other units are stunned. I think that would be a big thing for her. Other options, you can add health, you can add damage. I really like the idea of giving her a little stun on that staff, because that's kind of what it was for, right? It was electrify, etc. So Phasma needs a buff. Get her something so we can use her a little more often. And now, folks, let's get over to, I gotta get over on my, hang on, here we go. Let's get over to the cards that I would like to see in this new update. And we're gonna start with just general cards. And these are just ideas. Honestly, the amount and then the kinds of cards you could have, the characters you could have added as cards. And these are not champions, just regular cards, rare, common, epic, whatever. It's endless. I mean, there's endless characters. So I popped up a few here. Maybe some more one-shots, like the First Order TIE Fighter, or maybe it strafes down the row and does a little bit of damage to everything as it goes. Maybe at the Snowspeeder, somehow it comes in and something with some kind of tow cable. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it wraps around a tower. I really don't know how that would work, but something with a tow cable on a Snowspeeder could be really awesome in this game. Young Anakin, give us little Annie out there. It's working. You know, give us Anakin, man. That'd be fun. Young Anakin out there. Admiral Thrawn. Who doesn't love Admiral Thrawn? He would be great in this game. Would be super cool to have Dooku out there with his crooked lightsaber, casting his dark side force out there. Greedo, that could be fun, right? We could have Greedo in the game. He could come out with a McClunky, and you don't know what happened, what hit you, whatever. And Jawas could be fun. And I thought of Mando too, but I didn't include Mando in my champions quite yet. But you know, Jawas, lots of cool stuff. Jawas would kind of fit into the theme, but they're kind of light side too, right? So you've already got all the swarming light side. They would definitely be a stun unit, but you already got the Gungans. I'm not sure where they fit in, but these are just some ideas. The ideas are endless, guys. They would never stop. I could do this for days. Now let's talk about the champions. So before I get into champions, I believe we need, a lot of the other things before have been wants, stuff that I want in the game. We need either 4 brand new units and or 2 brand new champions, with a preference on the champions. We need new champions in the game. I'd love to see like 2 new champions and 2 new cards, or 2 new champions and 4 new cards. Let's put some stuff out. Let's get some stuff out there so we can build some different decks. And let's start with the first pair of champions I've got in mind. Kenobi and Grievous. Would that not be cool? On the dark side, you get Grievous rolling down with his whirling lightsabers, and Kenobi's coming out. You know, Grievous would be an offensive idea. Kenobi would be some kind of defense. Maybe he heals everybody around. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Kenobi would do. Maybe he just tanks. Like, you have to target Kenobi. Maybe that would be cool. Like, he's got a taunt, right? Like, if Kenobi's on the field, he has to be targeted. They can't target anybody else, including ships. That'd be really cool. But Kenobi and Grievous would be really great champions to add to the game. Another pair, Rey and Kylo. Hey, why not? You know, I know there's all sorts of varying opinions on the sequels, but Rey and Kylo as characters, they were really good characters, whether you think they were developed properly or well or not, that kind of thing. Kylo obviously had that best character arc in the sequels. Rey, they kind of dropped the ball. Anyway, Rey and Kylo would be great champions. You could have Rey. Rey would be the healer, right? You could have her come out and heal your units. Kylo would be just a straight, I don't know, straight stabber, sweeper. I don't know, more. He would have to have more. I don't really know exactly what he would do. But yeah, Rey and Kylo. And finally, Anakin and Palpatine. Is there anybody prayer? I mean, Palpatine seducing Anakin to the dark side of the Force. Anakin fighting the dark side of the Force. To me, you can bring Palpatine out with a big stun of some sort where he stuns multiple units. Anakin could come out and just blow everything away. Just Mr. Offense, Mr. Awesome, Mr. Everybody's Champion. But guys, there it is. I also thought of like Han Solo, who I think should be a champion. I don't have a good counterpart because we already have Boba Fett in the game. Maybe Jango Fett and Han. They don't really go together, but you know, kind of a legacy. I don't really know, but there's lots of other champions. If I'm getting my druthers, though, I'm getting one of these 3 sets of champions. I think they're the ones that they really need to be added to the game. Kenobi and Grievous, Rey and Kylo, Anakin and Palpatine. That's really all I got for you guys today. This is my preview / hopes for Season 3, which we're going to have on November 22nd. Look for that new season. Hopefully we'll get lots of great new things, and the game keeps getting developed, and it's exciting. This game is under development. We have, on the leaderboard, I think I went over this on my stream. I know I went over it on my stream. You know, when you go to the global leaderboard, which this was a new thing with the update, you can look at the leaderboards. There are, well, it was 45,000, but now it's 46,000. There is a minimum of 46,190 people playing this game globally. That's a big number. It could be a lot bigger if this was available on Android and free to play, but that's a separate conversation for later. But 46,000 people playing this game. Keep giving us the content. Roll that content out. Build us up to Skywalker Saga. We're loving Lego Star Wars. We're loving Lego Star Wars battles. And of course, always remember, Nooch to good. That's going to give us that Super Battle Droid emoji. And then by next Monday, the following Monday, which would be, this is horrible, 15th. No, the 22nd. Okay. And we're going to start with, oh my goodness, that's not where I want to be.